Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. My name is Kiris, and this week in astrology, we have Mercury entering the sign of Cancer. Jupiter is going exalted in the sign of Cancer, and we have the full moon in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, June 8th through Saturday, June 14th, 2025. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Sunday, the Sun's Day, June 8th. Feed and nourish your mind, your brain, with thoughts and positive affirmations that calm you down and make you feel safe. We have Mercury today, the planet of the mind and communication, entering cardinal water, Cancer. Cancer rules over food. And so the way we feed our brain when Mercury is in Cancer is of utmost importance. We will have Mercury in Cancer until June 26, 2025. Cancer is cardinal, wants to get something started, but Cancer is also a sign of many different moods and fluctuations. It's very sensitive. Cancer is a sign that wants and needs constant reassurance that all is safe, that everything will be well. And so the way you are feeding your mind, always of course, but especially with Mercury in Cancer now for a couple of weeks-ish, it's moving very quickly through the sign of Cancer, getting something, initiating something started, meaning a new season of what you put into your brain, Mercury in Cancer. Thoughts of positivity, reassurance, all is well, all is safe. Whatever mantras or sayings or things of affirmation that you choose to do is where you are the boss, you are the leader. Cardinal water Cancer initiates and leads what it is that you work out for how you want to feed your mind, give your brain food. It is totally up to you. You're initiating this with Mercury in Cancer. You are deciding, leading, taking charge with the sign of Cancer, which is the boss of how and what and why you want to feed your mind, nourish your brain with the things that you choose to do. It's totally your choice. But Mercury in Cancer is a wonderful time to learn new things as far as thoughts or things. We know this now. And so how you choose to lead your mind into the future, into this new season with Mercury in Cancer, totally up to you. It's your free will and choice. With all of the things in life and in the world that seem to be under someone else's control, jurisdiction, what you choose to think in your brain is completely under your control. This Mercury in Cancer cycle is reminding me of one of my heroes, a man named Viktor Frankl, that wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist in the concentration camps during World War II. And what he wrote about in Man's Search for Meaning is that no matter how horrendous the conditions under which the prisoners were in complete submission and under the control of the evil ones, the one thing that the monsters couldn't control was how they thought, what they chose in their own mind to focus on and think about. And these are under the most horrific conditions that you just can't wrap your mind around, actually. So if you are ever inclined to read that book, I would highly recommend it. And even if you don't, remember, you have free will and choice in your brain over what you make the choice, Mercury in Cancer, to focus on, to think about, to obsess about, the brain food that you are choosing to feed your mind and consciousness with. This is the Mercury in Cancer cycle. Monday, the Moon's Day. Invest and grow your money. Start a side hustle business. What is happening today on Monday, June 9th, is that we have the kingly planet Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer, which is the exaltation placement of Jupiter in Cancer. Now, Jupiter not only is the largest planet in our solar system, But the function of Jupiter is to increase things, to grow things. And when we get Jupiter exalted in Cancer once every 12 years, and Jupiter will remain in the sign of Cancer for about a year, this is the time to grow your money. Invest in business, a side hustle, something that brings in more abundance into your life. When Jupiter is very favorably placed by dignity in a sign, and it is very auspicious, exalted in the sign of Cancer, Jupiter will deliver. Jupiter is doing its job, what it's supposed to do, supremely, sublimely, almost effortlessly. With Jupiter in its exaltation placement, meaning over the top, its exaltation placement in the sign of Cancer. Everything in astrology is based on the natural seasons, rhythms, times, cycles of life. When we have Jupiter exalted in Cancer, it's not about sitting back and waiting for good luck to just drop in your lap. It's about knowing that the conditions are correct to make things grow. It's very supportive in the area of increase with your abundance and money situation. You've probably heard the old saying that luck is when opportunity and preparation meet and come together. This is one of those astrology cosmic cycles, with Jupiter now leaving its detrimental placement in Gemini and moving into its over-the-top exalted place in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is the sign of the boss, the leader, taking the initiative and being the boss of what is going on in your abundant financial life is a huge piece of this Jupiter and Cancer cycle. 3 letters, MSI, multiple sources of income. When someone has a career or a job or just one stream of income, if something were to happen to that job, then the source of their income obviously is cut off. With Jupiter, whose job it is to increase and expand and go beyond the boundaries, reaching for the stars. This is Jupiter, and Jupiter exalted in Cancer is going beyond the limitations financially that perhaps you've always believed that you had, which is, well, I've got this one job and that's good enough. Maybe it is, but perhaps with the Jupiter, kingly planet that wants to bless you with all of the gratitude and abundance and joy and happiness of life, going beyond the limitation, going beyond the boundary of where you thought you had limit and access to in your financial life, is this Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Think about what it is that you love, that if you had your choice as far as how you would love to make money, that energy of value and being paid for what it is that you love to do, there are just so many choices and options that you can decide on to bring in multiple sources of income and make your money and abundance grow. It's unlimited, and of course there is more than enough for everyone. The limiting beliefs and blocks that you may have about money and abundance is connected to how we started off the week. Mercury in Cancer. What are you feeding your mind? What is your brain food? Now we've got Jupiter, so favorably placed, exalted in Cancer. Jupiter increases and grows you going past the limiting beliefs that you may have about money, financial matters, abundance, and just happiness and joy and gratitude. Tuesday, June 10th, Mars's Day. Give them their space. Today we have Mercury in Cancer making an inconjunct aspect of frustration, adjustments, little changes to Pluto in Aquarius. Now Mercury in Cancer cares. Mercury in Cancer can also be clingy and insecure and sensitive and needing constant closeness and reassurance. It is water. What does water do? It merges and attaches emotionally. This Mercury in Cancer making an inconjunct aspect to Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is freedom, it's cool, it's light, it's independent. In astrology, we work with the 4 elements: fire, air, earth, and water. When it comes to the element of air, air is the element that is about keeping it light. It just isn't that deep and emotional all of the time. The element of air is space. It's about thought and concepts and ideas, not so much about emotion like the water signs, like the sign of Cancer. So with Mercury in Cancer, feeling frustrated about the other person, they need and want their space. They're just not in the mood to engage. This Tuesday is the day, the time to be aware of letting the other person have their space when they need their space. This Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is the transformation, what needs to end so that a new life force can begin, the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is the Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius asks the question, are we having the same conversation all of the time? Are we learning anything new together? What is fresh and new? What is moving in the relationship, like the element of air? With the element of air, the air can grow very stale and suffocating and heavy when and if we do not allow or make a big drama when someone in our life, this isn't just romantic stuff, when your friend, whoever, when someone in your life just simply needs to fly away and have their space for a while. The air signs understand this instinctually. It's not a going away forever. It's more about traveling in your own mind and imagination, which is limitless. And people do need that from time to time. The Mercury in conjunct the Pluto in Aquarius doesn't have to be a big emotional battle and drama as we are approaching the exact moment of the full moon coming up. It can be that the person wants their space. They need time to imagine, to create, to think, to dream, to just bring up new thoughts and ideas. Let them have their space. The planet Pluto is also the planet of death. A perfectly great, brilliant relationship does not have to end because one person is taking it very personally when the other person just needs and wants some time to themselves. And even if you've ever had pets, a pet dog, a pet cat, notice how sometimes they just go off by themselves and they just want some space. They're just chilling. There's nothing wrong. They just want their space. Tuesday, June 10th is Mars Day, when we cut things away. Just let them have their space. No big deal. Wednesday, Mercury's Day, June 11th, know your religion. Today we have the full moon in Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. This full moon in Sagittarius is at 20 degrees. Know or find out where this is taking place very specifically in your personal astrology chart. Knowing your religion is knowing whether you call it religion or not, knowing what you live by every day. Our religion is what we put our total trust and faith in, what we truly believe, and what we believe we live every day religiously like a religion. Knowing your religion is also knowing what you do every day religiously. We've all heard that phrase. Is it putting on your makeup, the music you listen to, the conversations you have, the habits you have, exercising or not exercising, taking care of your health? What do you do every day religiously? You have faith in it, you believe in it, or you wouldn't be doing it every single day, all of the time. This is a big part of knowing your religion. The full moon in Sagittarius, which is when the moon accepts the full light and consciousness and illumination of the sun, it shines a great spotlight on what it is that we need to become aware of. Sagittarius is also the sign of truth and honesty, the truth seeker. So becoming aware of your truth, being honest about what is your religion, what do you do religiously. You have ultimate faith and trust in what it is that you are doing, thinking, saying, believing. This is our full moon in Sagittarius. Our full moon in Sagittarius is about being honest and telling the truth about the truth of who and what you truly are. Buddha once said, 3 things cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. At least not forever and not for long. The sun, the moon, and the truth. Full moon in Sagittarius is about being honest with ourselves and embracing the truth of who and what we truly are. The moon and the full illumination and light of the moon at the time of the full moon is a mirror. It mirrors back to us the true self-image that we have of ourselves inside, that we perhaps think we are hiding. Do you really think that you can hide who and what you are, the true belief you have, the faith you have about yourself? Do you really believe that being mirrored back to you at the time of the full moon can be hidden for long and forever? Of course not. The moon is a satellite, our satellite, and it's mirroring back to us at this beautiful time of the full moon in Sagittarius, the truth, the honesty of what we really think, feel, and believe about ourselves. Thursday, Jupiter's Day, June 12th. Choose quality, not quantity. This Thursday, we have the moon in her detriment in cardinal Earth Capricorn, making an Earth trine flow to Venus at home in her castle in fixed Earth Taurus. Venus at home in Taurus is something that is made out of the finest quality possible. Venus in Taurus is the Stradivarius, not the fiddle. They are universes away from each other. Now, whereas Venus is of the finest quality possible, the moon in Capricorn has a poverty consciousness, a consciousness of lack, starvation. The moon in its detriment in Capricorn is lost, the furthest away from home possible, the opposite of the moon at home in Cancer. The moon in Capricorn is hungry, confused, lost, and will scramble for any kind of crumbs it can possibly get. Psychologically, emotionally, physically, spiritually. There just isn't enough or anything with the moon in Capricorn. We are still in full moon energy, even though the moon is now in Capricorn. And the awareness of the Saturnian limitations and boundaries that wall in the happiness, the joy, the sense of having and appreciating the best of the best of the best is the awareness and the learning of this moon in Capricorn trine Venus at home in Taurus. After the full moon, as we move from full moon to fourth quarter moon, this cosmic awareness energy is about, well, what did we learn with the full moon that we just had? One of the things we certainly learned is, well, what do I believe in? What is my religion? What do I think, feel, and do on a daily basis? And with this moon trine Venus in Taurus, what do you believe about having the finest, being the best that you possibly can of everything and anything, and emotionally, because it's the moon, understanding and being aware of the emotional capacity to have and enjoy and feeling worthy of that you are good enough to have the best and the finest quality. Venus in Taurus, the best quality of your relationship, love-wise, friendship, all of your relationships, the best quality in the work that you do or would love to do, your family, your home, where and how you live, all of it. This is why we want to know the astrology and what the full moon in Sagittarius is highlighting for us. Where and how do you feel or not about raising the bar really high in your life in the sense of the belief of nothing but the best for you. And that's just the way it's going to be, and the truth of who and what you are. Get the best quality you possibly can. Moon trine Venus at home in Taurus. The best quality, the finest that you possibly can in all aspects of your life. Venus is also the artist, the creator. So you could think of yourself as you are designing and creating a masterpiece, which is you and your life. And it is going to be the most beautiful, best, highest quality piece of art that you can and will create. Friday, Venus's Day, June 13th. Don't take everything so seriously all of the time. Today is Friday the 13th. We still have the moon in very serious, heavy Capricorn, her detriment. The moon in Capricorn is making an inconjunct aspect to the sun in light, open-minded, cloud, beautiful, sparkling, twinkling Gemini. So this adjustment, this frustration between wanting to go to heaviness and it's all serious and somber and end of the world. This moon in Capricorn in conjunct to Gemini, which is always fresh and new and young at heart. Why? Because Gemini does not live in the past. Also Gemini, the sun, which is putting a great light on. Look at all of the different options you have. If one thing doesn't work out, you can try something else. You're never trapped and backed against a wall where you don't have freedom of choice and freedom to think of things in a new and different way. This is the sun in Gemini. Gemini is very light and innocent and young-hearted in the sense of it doesn't take everything so seriously. It does remember to create and have laughter. So the moon is trying to figure out, is trying to adjust to this new way of thinking. The moon is what we need emotionally, and the heart and the emotions, how it thinks and feels, what is going on in the intelligence, the emotional intelligence of your heart and your emotions. So remember on this Friday the 13th that yes, there are times when things are serious, but there are also times to lighten up and to remember that and not take everything all of the time so seriously. The sun in Gemini is just not going to have that ever. That's not what the solar life force vitality in the sign of Gemini is about. The sun in Gemini is very present. So when something is over and it's in the past, with the sun in Gemini, it's in the past. They move on like all air signs do. The moon in Capricorn is trying to adjust with this inconjunct as a way of saying and feeling, yes, but we've got to hold on to the past. We have to stay in the heaviness and gloominess of the past. This Friday the 13th is a reminder of no. Do not hang out in the past and stop taking everything so heavy and seriously. You are able to have and enjoy the best and still be a good person and still do something to help make the world a better place. Moon in Capricorn in conjunct Sun in Gemini. The moon in miserable Capricorn and not enjoying and having the best does not help to make the world a better place. Saturday, Saturn's Day, June 14th. Pay attention to the circulation in your legs. Today we have the moon in Aquarius making a conjunction to Pluto in Aquarius. The sign of Aquarius rules over electricity, and it also rules over the circulation. The part of the body that connects to Aquarius is from the knees down into the ankles. So the circulation that runs through your body and keeps the air and the blood and all of the good things flowing. Remember this as we close out the week on Saturday, Saturn's Day, which rules over the bones and not stretching. The circulation through the legs is of utmost importance, of course. And with the moon conjunct Pluto in Aquarius to keep things feeling very electric and exciting and feeling good, basically. That overall harmony that runs and courses through your body and down into the ankles. You want to pay very close attention to, do you get up and walk every day? Do you do some type of movement that keeps everything in your body, helping to keep it run very smoothly? This is the moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Remember, the Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is this nice window of time that we are having to fix certain things so that the phoenix, the life, death, rebirth, phoenix rising from the ashes process can and will take place. It's not just an overnight thing. We have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius for a while, and it connects to different components of you, your body, your life, all of it. Aquarius is also the sign that corresponds to the winter, the coldest time of the year, when things are frozen, when things are covered in ice. Not only is this connected to the legs and the ankles, but Aquarius, being a fixed air sign, is about your attitude, your mindset. Remember to circulate and keep moving the mind, the attitude, everything that Aquarius rules over, which is these fixed beliefs and attitudes about life, all of it, but especially people. Aquarius is the sign of power to the people and is very tolerant and loves everybody and doesn't judge. This is Aquarius at its best. It's freedom. It's do your thing. This kind of attitude is that circulation with Moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So it's physical, spiritual, mental, all of it. Just keep it moving and flowing. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you all in the stars. Thank you.